What's cracking, everybody? You know what time it is? New video.
Video.
Thirsty Thursday.
I
And
got
this
mine.
time, boom. This time, we're recording it on a Wednesday. We're drinking in the middle of the damn week because you guys said, oh, you guys are recording old ass videos. Man, we got to record when we record, but tonight we're going all out for you guys. So, anything you want to bring anything up before we start?
Nah, other than my fucking GQ picture over here in the background that you made fun of. You see it? I'm gonna crack one. Trip out.
The boy was trying to crack his neck in that picture.
I was like this. After. So trip out. Hey, the Hyenas love that picture. Look, ladies, like and subscribe. So trip out.
To both of us.
You know, man, a lot has happened on YouTube this week.
Yep.
A lot has happened, but you know what? Most of it doesn't concern us.
Exactly.
So a lot of the stuff that's happened, I'm not even going to try to speak on because it's none of our business, most of it. And, you know, I know that we touch on topics like every week about, hey, what's going on and what's cracking with you know, this fucking model. So I think other than fucking Kelpie joining a water in his mind, other than that, bro, that's the only.
He jumped himself in. Oh, hey, he thinks when he got beat up at no jumper, that was his jump in.
That was his jump in, huh? Yeah, he got jumped in. You know what? We discussed that amongst each other, and one thing I think, and you did your take on, I did my spill, and what I wanted to do is give him some tough love. It was a wake up call.
Yeah.
I was hoping that by chance he'd see it or someone would see it and share it with them. Just to let him know. Yeah, just to let him know, like, hey, Kelpie, you know, I understand what you're trying to do, and I ain't mad at you. Get that bag, but you're playing with fire, bro. And what happens when you play with fire? You get burned.
Yeah.
And you know, before you just start throwing names around and bodies around and things, you have to respect those that were there and established before you, and you have to be ready for them repercussions because they will come.
Yeah.
But you know, he's a young kid, man. He's got to live and learn, and just like us, we have to learn the hard way. So that's on that cat, you know. But
yeah,
I thought he was hilarious. He's crazy, huh?
He is funny, man. He's trying to get in where he fits in. Unfortunately for him, is he's doing it all for the world to watch.
Yeah,
you know, and like I said, he's probably a great kid. You know, in real life, he's probably a great kid. I'm sure the little girl that's with him isn't a prostitute. I think it's just a game that they're playing. He thought he could come up with a big money scheme, and she was down with it. And it's unfortunate, you know, it's unfortunate that we're watching somebody try to discover who they are on camera.
Yeah, well, what's even more unfortunate is that we're two grown-ass men talking about him. Fuck him. That's how anyway, trip out. So I wanted to did you see my spills this week? I went hard.
Yes, I did. And I was gonna do my own spiel, but I know everybody's tired of me following Gunner. So my reaction to Gunner. Gunner never fucking reacts to me, but I'm always reacting to him.
I did today. I
reacted. But check this out, you guys. Check this out. So Gunner did a video on an individual named Little Man from Turlock, right?
Yeah.
What was the name of the video?
The craziest white norteño I ever was incarcerated with, I ever did time with. Gary Smith. Okay.
Well, check this out, you guys. I know him. Yeah. I did time with this individual. And like I said, I was going to make it a video, its own video. It'd probably be a decent video, but we're going to do it together. And I've never done this before. So this is like I'm doing my own content with somebody, right? Okay. So let me explain something to you guys. Those of you that are aware and have heard of the short corridor in Pelican Bay, you know what that is. That the short corridor, it was on deep facility, D1, 2, 3, and 4, and it was where all the members, all the legends were placed in those buildings, and then you had overflow on 5 and so on. Well, initially, they were going to make the short corridor in 1998, and it was going to be on C facility, and it was going to be on the small side on C facility. I was in the shoe at the time. I was in C2, and so when they decided, you know what, we're going to make the short corridor over there, nobody knew what that meant. They just were moving people around, people that weren't validated were getting moved. I got moved. Me and my celly got moved from C2 to C11. Okay, and there was a lot of shuffling going on. And then after they did all the moves, they decided they weren't going to do it. Nobody knew what it meant and what that was. We found out later when they did do the short quarter. That's what they're originally trying to do. So anyways, there's a little history for you. They actually tried it in 1998. Now, I met this dude, and I'm going to be honest with you. I think out of all the time that I did, all of my time incarcerated, there were only 2 Northerners that I completely disliked. And Little Man was one of them. Little Man was one of them, and let me tell you guys why. Little Man was very intelligent. Okay.
Yeah.
You could tell he studied, and he took studying seriously, as I did, right? But what he would do that you didn't see in there, especially in the shoe, is he would talk on the tier about putting in work. He wouldn't say who he was putting work on, but he was talking about, now anybody knows he was talking about putting in work on Southerners, right?
Yeah.
And so he was not well liked in our pod. Now, we had to keep, there was the door policy. If the door racks, we're not supposed to attack anybody. But he was a guy where, because of his mouth, we were hoping that if the door racked, he would take the offensive and we could go there. Because not only did he talk about putting in work in the joint, but he did bring up, as Gunner mentioned, he brought up putting in work in Nellis. He brought it. I mean, he always talked about it. And later on, when I had heard that he had been killed, I wasn't surprised. And the reason why I wasn't surprised is his arrogance and ego was too much. It was too big for his little body. He was a little skinny, scrawny dude, man. Yeah. But he would actually exchange words. I've never seen this. You know, I'll keep it real. Raza from Southern California have a lot of ego, and they expose their ego sometimes too much. And you could be in the shoe and you could know that there were 2 Southerners that didn't like each other. You never knew if Northerners didn't like each other because they always kept it in-house. They always kept it quiet. I never saw them, heard of them getting in a fight in the cell, like nothing, unless it was a removal. It's a little bit different with the Southern because of the ego. But Little Man would actually get into arguments on the tier with other Northerners.
Yeah,
it was just a weird thing, man. And I remember one time, so the guy, I don't like to get into all the details, but the guy that held a security position for the Northerners was actually downstairs from me. It was an individual from Modesto, and him and a couple other Northerners and a black dude were talking about. They were kind of like on a communist tip. They all wanted to be communists, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't agree with it. I feel like that's crybaby shit. But that was for me to have inside my mind. Yeah. Little Man didn't have that filter. Little Man got on the tier and called them all crybabies and all kinds of shit.
I'm saying he was off, bro. He was off.
Yeah, and it was just like, damn, this little botto's crazy. Eh? But anyways, so it's a trip how Gunner, that just goes to show you how small the criminal world is, how small the system is. 32 prisons, and Gunner knew the same dude that I knew.
Oh yeah, he's definitely and what made him stand out, and people, when you say his name, they're like, I know who you're talking about, was that attitude right there. Mm-hmm. Was that he was an intelligent individual. He just didn't have no filter. He just didn't give a fuck with his own people, with anyone else. He had some agenda, some hidden agenda. Like I said, from what I heard, he wanted to get to prison to be with this jefito. That was his goal. And then once there, he didn't last but 6 months. I think he went straight to a yarda, cara pegada, hit the shoe, did whatever he did there, released, and came back and got hit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He was.
I could see it because there were actually in our pod there was 2 of the legends for up north in that pod, and excuse me, they would try to talk to him and he just wasn't having it. Oh, hello. Look, I have
Cello.
a lot still, eh?
Cello.
Oh, yeah, cello.
Yeah, he met his demise, and I don't know the particulars on it. I don't want to know the particulars on it. I mean, he obviously it was going to happen. He was destined for that. From the day I met him and had the conversation, I mean, I sat right next to him. We had the conversation, and he was full go. He was like, "We're gonna get him. We're gonna get him. We're gonna get him." I was like, "I'm just trying to fucking eat my orange. Let me peel my orange first. Let's get. I just want. Let me get one bite of this orange, and then we can do whatever." I said, "Fuck it."
But see, little man is the example, and he's not. I met dudes from down south like this, dudes that were white like this. He is an example. Those of you that you know, there's people in the comment section that I see it in, right? There are guys that go to prison that are so smart they're stupid. And that was little man. And like I said, I met other people like that. They thought they were so much smarter than everyone else that they were see-through. It's one thing to be smart and hide it and use it to your advantage. It's another thing to become arrogant with it and create nothing but enemies. You know, you can't defeat everybody, especially when you're fucking 110 pounds. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's you know, intelligent individuals that hide it are playing chess. Guys like that are good at checkers, and you know, chess is going to triumph checkers. Yeah, I know when I met him, I knew he was going to prison. By the way he talked, by the way he carried himself, and I said, this individual right here is not going to have a long time on this earth. You could just tell by, like you said, the arrogance. Yeah. But you know, and he was one of those guys. No matter what you said, he had a debate. He was a debater. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
The thing, what he was also was he was willing to, just like Biggie from Working Ex-Con said, man, he knows him as well. He said that Gary, and I agree with him, was a crash dummy. Yeah. But he was his own crash dummy. It wasn't like he was utilized to go do these moves. He volunteered. He wanted to be frontline status. He wanted to handle business. This is just the type of individual he was. He just didn't care, man. You know, and some people are like that, and they don't last long on this earth because of that. Mm-hmm. That's that, man. But he'll never be forgotten about. But he did rub a lot of people the wrong way. Like I said, I met him for 20 minutes. I respected, you know, his gangster, but at the same time, I was like, I'm not trying to be around this type of cat. He's going to get us all caught up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Fuck around, get me locked up forever on my fucking first time on the day room. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he was trying. You know, he's trying. He was like, it's sticking out my ass right now. All I got to do is pull it out. I was like, he was like, help me. And I was like, nah, I can't. I got to see, because the way my orange works, right? I got my orange in your ass. My orange in your ass. Yeah. I can't help you out. So it's going to be my orange.
The orange is bigger. The orange is bigger than his skinny ass.
I swear to God, this motherfucker, because look at, I don't know how, it was in Chad, they did the same thing. I don't know if they did this in TS. But they had these leather belts that went around, and they looked like weightlifting belts. I know, and there was a shackle on each side, just a handcuff on each side. And then they had us the leg shackles, and you got about a good foot and a half apart. So you're good. You could kickbox is what we used to call it, right? So you could wiggle. So this motherfucker, there was no way for it, because you're shackled to the side, and the belt didn't move. They had it like strapped, so there's no way to move it. So this fool was like, look, as soon as we see one of the fools, I'm going to bend over and you just grab the belt outside of my ass and let's go. And I was like, what do you want to do? Grab it out your ass, throw it to you? Fuck that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But he was down, like, he was all hunched over. You just get ready. I was like, bro, I just want to watch fucking The Price is Right and need an orange. Fuck that. But anyways, yeah, it's a trip that you know him. Yeah. So what else is going on? Hey, I have an idea. Wait, let me slam a little bit of this beer. That motherfucker tastes bomb. Not as bomb as that chili verde that I made earlier, but it's all right.
I saw it.
It's bomb. So trip out. All right. I always look at TikTok. I look at YouTube, all these platforms. I see all these things. Top 5. The top 5 of this, the top 5 of that. Everyone has their top 5. So I have my top 5. I want to know your top. What's your top 5 rappers? Not just black rappers or brown rappers, any in the world, your top 5, period.
You know, I've never had a top 5. I have a top 3.
Fuck your top 3 then.
No, I was going to say, but for this, I'll throw in 2.
All right.
My top 3 is this: Tupac, Nas, and DMX. Those are my top three. I've never gone past, but if I'm gonna go past it, Raza stand up. I'm gonna throw Raza in the mix. I'm gonna say number 4 is Conejo, and number 5 is Misfit Soto.
Okay, yeah, those are good ones right there. So my number 1 is Tupac. Man, I got the Buddha piece now. I don't know why. I think Tupac is like 99.9% of California's number 1, right? He's my number 1 of the world. Number 2 to me is Scarface. I like Scarface, right? Number 3 is KRS-One. Lyrically, yeah. Number 4 is DMX. And then number 5, and hey, straight up, you hit the button, man, it's Conejo, right? Because I think lyrically, what he talks about, if you really listen to his music, you can hear his stories. He tells a story, right? And that's what a lot of people can't do. You know, I like people that are lyricists but tell a story. KRS-One, the song Love's Gonna Get You, tells a story. DMX always tells stories. Scarface is a storyteller. Tupac did it all. He was a poet. But to me, if you're not just rapping to a beat, anyone could do that. I'll pull the Glock in the all right, sounds good. But if you can literally tell a story, a true story to a beat, you're good, right? So those are my top 5 right there. Okay, what about your top 5 R&B songs? All the way back from the 60s up.
Songs?
Yeah. Like no groups, not songs, groups. Like fucking R&B, it could be from the 90s, the 80s, the 70s.
Oh.
That's a hard one, huh?
That's a hard one, fool. Damn, that's a hard one, eh?
There's too much to choose from.
I like R&B. Look, I'm gonna go with Prince as my number 1.
He's bad.
Marvin Gaye is my number 2. Oh, but you said groups, huh?
It could be a singer, groups, whoever.
Okay. And then, you know what? I'm gonna have to give this dude. Hey, do I want him to be number 3 though? I'm just gonna say that those are my 1 and 2, and then the rest I don't know them. But I'm gonna put Jaheim in this motherfucker.
He's bad. He's bad.
I'm gonna put Jaheim. Damn. You know what? I gotta put the Isley Brothers. And you know what, man? I'm gonna put the Time in there. Fuck it.
The Time's bad. Jungle Love. Yes.
7779311.
All right, so me, I'm gonna go number 1, period, plain and simple for me. That everyone knows Earth, Wind, and Fire. Earth, Wind, and Fire is number 1 for me. At 2 is the Commodores.
Oh, that's my shit.
I fuck with the Commodores. 3, I'm a robot Prince. I think Prince is the probably the greatest songwriter. That he's a genius.
He is a genius.
Yeah, he's a genius. And these are groups that if right now, if they said you could only have 5, these is who I can listen to forever. I'm like, that's it. All right, fuck it. That's all I got.
The Commodores, man, I got to, you know what I do? I need who am I going to kick out? I'm going to kick somebody out and put the Commodores in.
Jaheim, you got to go, huh?
Yeah, Jaheim, get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here, Jaheim.
Crybaby ass. You crybaby motherfucker, Jaheim. How
you
get my list?
Y'all want to be my number 4 is? Teddy Pendergrass. You know what I mean? You don't want to be Teddy Pendergrass, motherfucker, right? Yeah. We'll go Teddy P, and then I'm gonna go with my 5th selection because I like it a little funky. I'm gonna have to go with Confunction, right? So I'm gonna do it right there. With that right there, fuck it. Throw away everything else. I can live like that.
No, I think your list was probably better than mine, but and it's a trip because I should have had the Commodores in there because some of the songs that I already know the songs I want at my funeral, and Marvin Gaye and the Commodores are 2 of the groups, 2 of the people I want their songs at my funeral.
Yeah.
If I Should Die Tonight is one of them, and Zoom is another song I would like at my funeral. That's my everybody that knows me knows Zoom is my shit, man.
Zoom's bad. See, but there's so many other groups. See, that's top 5.
Oh yeah, you got
8. We're talking about SOS Band. Midnight Star. We're talking
LTD.
About Atlantic Star.
What about LTD?
LTD, Lakeside. We're talking about fucking it could go on, and then we can even get deep into the oldies. Mary Wells, you can't do nothing without Mary. Hey, Bobby Womack, you know what I mean? It just can go deep. It goes real deep. Delphonics, stylistics, you know what I mean? But my top 5 that I know, if I said fuck it, we can't have nothing else. I'm on an island. This is it. I got a CD player with these 5. That's who I'm gonna roll with. No, period. So, what about fucking movies? I know you don't watch much TV.
No, I don't watch much TV or movies, but some of my favorite movies would be Scarface, King of New York.
I was watching that today. Yeah,
that's the shit right there. Lawrence Fishburne got down on that fucking movie.
He got down. He said that motherfucker went on a permanent vacation to hell.
Yeah.
I was just watching it right now.
What about when he gave that Colombian that briefcase full of tampons, and he goes, "What the fuck's this for?" And he goes, "The holes, puto."
Yeah. He was no joke, huh?
Once Upon a Time in America is another one of my favorites.
That's a good one. Mm-hmm.
After that, I don't know what I would pick, man. You know what? Those are movies. See, here's the thing with me. And my lady can attest to it. Everybody, my lady hates it because I always bring her up. I love you, babe. I know you're gonna watch this, even though you ain't been watching my shit, girl. I don't like to watch, like, if I do watch something now, I want to watch a comedy, big dog, because like I feel like my life had enough sadness and enough anger and all that, where when I do watch something now, I really like to just laugh. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I trip people out because people automatically expect me. Okay, they expect the American me's, the blood and blood outside. Those are good. They're fine.
I've never watched the whole thing of any of them.
Yeah, they're not something I can watch over and over again. Let me tell you, number 1, straight up. Ready? You guys ready? Darn! Back to the Future. That's my number 1. All right, Great Scots, right? I'm trying to go back to the future. Every time I watch that shit, I'm trying to be Biff and have the sports almanac.
Oh, we're gonna have a discussion now. We're gonna go a little overtime on my channel. I don't know about your episode. So go ahead.
Oh yeah, don't trip. Hey, Back to the Future is my number 1. You know, I like movies. The first Terminator. Remember the first one with Arnold?
Yeah,
that was a bad movie when it came out. You know, shit like that. The Goonies. Motherfuckers don't know about the Goonies. That's the first one.
That's my. What you mean?
Oh, Spence on la tira. I thought I was ahead. Right? Hey, the Goonies, I like, you know, if it comes to that gangster shit, bro, Goodfellas is probably my number 1, and then my number 2 is going to be The Godfather, the first one, the original. I like that original Godfather.
I've never watched any of those. I've read the book, but I've never watched the
Sonny was a fool. You got to trip out. Sonny was a fool. Sonny used to get mad. He bite his fucking knuckles. He was pissed. He wanted to whip some ass. You got to trip out on that. But Once Upon a Time in America is a good one. That's the one with Cologero, right?
I don't remember, but I got top 5 next.
That's the one. Hey, that's the one where the fucking bikers are in the bikers are in the bar, and he said, "Now you can't leave." Remember? Is that one?
I don't remember, fool. I only read the book.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna tell you the best book. Hey, we're gonna talk about books right now. Then
no, I got my fucking top 5. I'm gonna ask you.
You just did your top. All right, okay, all right. Now it's your turn. Go ahead, do your top 5.
I'll put you on the spot, and then I'll have to go after, right?
All right.
Top 5 YouTube channels.
Ooh. To be totally honest with you,
we have to be.
My number 1.
Know if I have 5, but now that I said it, I got to think.
Hey, so my number 1 YouTube channel that I watch consistently and the most would be Joe Rogan's podcast. That's probably my number 1. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he has the best podcast in the world. The most fair, unbiased podcast, and just don't give a fuck. He tells it like it is.
Straight up.
It doesn't lean one way or the other, but just gives it to you raw. I like Joe Rogan.
Hold on. Everybody push to get me and Gunner on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Bang, bang.
I've been working out. Hey, I've been working out, big dog.
I see you. You're catching up.
I'm back. I'm gonna bring it back.
You're catching up. You're getting there. Yeah, you're getting there. Number 2 is going to be Mr. Bowlin. It's a channel with Mr. Bowlin. He tells like ghost stories and the weirdo stories like that. But
don't say weirdo stories.
Not that type of weirdo. Not the SPM weirdo. Not SPM and maybe Capote were there, but we're talking about
fuck.
Bensa.
Here.
I no paperwork, right? Check me out tomorrow.
Stay tuned tomorrow to Gunners Collective.
Double up tomorrow. So trip out. Yeah, he definitely.
Oh
Mr.
no! Wait! Stay tuned later today because it's coming out. This video is coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Tomorrow, by the time they see this,
Gunners Collective.
I'm smart. The trip. I know how to add
like that. We've been drinking.
Anyways, look, yeah, I'm on my second, so you already know I'm buzzing. That's my number 2. My third one, to be totally honest with you, it's gonna be called the Rap Report. It's a boxing one.
This will fucking making shit up now.
No. Eon Rap Report. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? It's no. Ellie Setback. I mean Ellie Setback. He does boxing and shit. Serio.
All right. Okay.
He's always with Robert Garcia and Oxnard and shit. Like interview. Yeah, Ellie Setback. Yeah, Ellie Setback. I like that. To be honest with you, bro, then it's your channel and Rojo's channel. You guys are the ones that I watch. That's it. Everyone else, I you know what? Hey, shout out to my boys Digging and Drinking. Shout out to a couple other little channels I watch. You know, I support them, but I'm gonna be honest. My top 5 right there. That's what I watch every day.
All right. So my top 5, I would go the same Joe Rogan. I want to be on that. If I don't care, honestly, the only podcast I really want to be on is Joe Rogan's.
Absolutely.
I would be on that motherfucker. I would be on the plane, and I've never been on a plane. I'm pretty sure I'm afraid to fly. I would go over there. So Joe Rogan. Number 2 would be Valuetainment. There's so much good shit on Valuetainment, man. That guy hooks you guys. He hooks people up. You just listen to him, you get game. Number 3 would probably be West Coast Graffiti.
Favorite episode, last year's Hot Chip Challenge?
I try to be serious.
What's your favorite episode? The one where he plays with He-Mans or what?
Hey, look, no matter what, Holmes, shout out to West Coast Graffiti, said yo.
That's right, man.
But number 3, I would say your channel, homie. I watch your channel every day. You know, we support each other. Everybody hates that we support each other. And you know what? We're going to keep growing. We're going to try to keep bringing people with us. We don't try to fucking push nobody out and get into all the little bullshit. Nah. And you know what? I'm going to say my number 4 channel is Conejo's channel.
That's a good one. That's a new one.
Conejo has a channel. I don't remember the fucking name of it. It just pops up on my shit. You guys already know. I have it on my earpiece. He has a channel. He just started pushing it again. I noticed he's pushing out videos now. You guys go and support that channel. Give that man all the props that he righteously deserves for everything he's been through and everything that he's done. Man, go check him out. And then number 5. Who am I going to have as number 5? Who pops up on my shit all the time?
You know what? I got one more to add too. I'm going to take away Ellie Setback because I only watch when he pops up. But one that I tune into all the time, and you do too, is Incredible Javier.
Let's put Incredible Javier up there.
Incredible Javier.
He's got us in his traviesos, so he's number 5.
Incredible Javier is definitely it's a good channel. It's family orientated. It's a little bit of everything. He can identify with us, having come after us and walking in the shoes that we put out there. In the youth authority, he knows the get down though. So he knows where we're coming from on certain aspects, but he's left that life, man, and definitely is doing his family thing. And I appreciate that. And he's a good role model. You know what I mean?
He is. Everything he does with positivity.
Yeah.
You know, I don't see that dude ever being negative. He's a very good. I've talked to him on the phone. He's a very good-hearted individual. I wish that dude nothing but success, man.
Yeah, that he's one of my favorite channels. I forgot. I knew I was trying to catch one. Like, man, who is it? But there it is. There, yeah, Incredible Javier. He's definitely a channel to watch, and and me and him identify. We like a lot of the same things. You know, I'm a big wrestling fan from since a little kid, right? He likes wrestling. So does Cholo Trucker. There's so many good channels. The Street St. Louis Street Post podcast. I mean, so many different shows to watch. But there's these shows that I'm locked into. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Joe Rogan is the Tupac of YouTube. You know what I mean? He's you could ask 100 people, and over half are gonna say his show because it's just so real.
You know, he keeps it so real that the liberals were hating on him and trying to paint him as a conservative, and he's not even a conservative.
I know.
That dude tries to stay down the center and he's gonna let people talk, but he's gonna ask questions too. He doesn't just let you talk and get your if it's bullshit, that motherfucker's gonna be blowed out, stoned, or in some shit.
He'll call you on your shit right there.
But we need. I wish Joe Rogan was here right now to ask you: Are you done drinking?
No, I'm gonna go get some. But I figured we're almost done with this episode. I'll start cracking new ones on the next episode.
Well, then there it is. There we're at 31 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get Gunner to get at least 3 more beers on his episode. So everybody, now that this one is over, this one's coming out at 8 o'clock. At 9 o'clock sharp, we got Gunner's Collective. His part. So let's go ahead and get that. Everybody, do me a favor. Stay safe, stay smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them.
Let's go talk about tortas on my channel.
That's what we need to do. And we're out.